Jersey in the background belonging to another famous New Orleans athlete. Number 9, Drew Brees. He and his sons are huge Pelicans fans. Turns out Brees gave the newest Pel this autographed jersey with a special message. Quote, to Zion, passing the torch to you.
Wow.
Who dat?
Woo.
Strong words, Drew. Shannon, are you surprised a bit by this?
Skip, I don't want people, Skip. On Wednesday, Skip, I'm gonna be 51. So I'm old, but I'm not that old. And I don't want to come off as sounding like a grumpy old man. But Skip, this is ridiculous. You're passing the torch for what? What has he won? For being drafted? You're passing the torch for what? This is too much, too soon. Normally you see guys pass the torch, let's just say in fighting. Guy gets beat, he's been at the top of the mountain for a long time. The young, hungry lion comes, hey, it's not my time anymore, guy. I'm passing the torch. In basketball, you see NBA champion, hey, Magic said, hey, me and Larry had to concede this. We had to get him to Mike. There was nothing we could do. We fought him as long as we could. We held him off as long as we could. We just had to let it go. Mike, you the new guy on the block. Skip, Zion Williamson was drafted #1 overall. He hasn't dribbled an NBA basketball in a meaningful NBA game yet. And you're passing the torch because of why? Anthony Davis was there for 6 years, was a 25-12 guy, and he got nothing. Skip, I'm confused. This is baffling to me. Drew, I get it. You want to welcome your guy to the city with open arms, to let him know, hey, guy, the Who Dat Nation and New Orleans Saints and Pelican fans, we're ready to fully embrace you. But, Skip, this is ridiculous.
So, just for the record, this was significant. And the reason I was a little ahead of this curve is I'm going to go back to draft night, moments after Zion did officially go #1 to the Pelicans. He did his ESPN interview, and I tweeted right after that interview, I'm going to read the tweet. Love Zion's message to New Orleans fans. Let's dance. Loved it. Then I continue in my tweet. Pels finally have their Drew Brees. I tweeted that. Draft night. Look it up.
Yeah.
So, Drew Brees is a big Pelicans fan, and he's a big college basketball fan, and he has closely followed Zion through his 1 year, obviously, at Duke. And he has already reached the conclusion that he is ready to pass the torch to this kid because he's seen this kid can live up. This kid can handle it. This kid has a personality that is beyond what Drew saw from Anthony Davis in his early days. Remember, Anthony went #1 back in 2012, and Drew did not pass the torch to Anthony. Again, you could say Drew wasn't ready to pass the torch to anybody because he was a much younger man back in 2012. But I don't think he saw the magnetism from Anthony that he's already seen from Zion. I don't think he saw the energy and the passion and the night after night after night electricity that Zion plays with that doesn't really translate into AD's game. Never really did. He put up numbers, but there wasn't voltage to it. There wasn't this kind of voltage on or off the court.
Did you watch AD in college with the 4 blocks a night? Did you see him Did you see him not allow anybody to shoot any shots inside of 5 to 8 feet of the basket because he was throwing everything in the stands? Skip, Drew Brees became Drew Brees. Yes, when he got there, he reached out into the community because of what transpired with community. He made himself available. But let's not kid ourselves. Drew Brees would have just been another athlete that was great in the community had he not won that Super Bowl. The Super Bowl changed everything in Drew Brees' life. And when you win, that's what it comes down to. I'm trying to figure out, how can a guy that's never played a meaningful NBA game get something passed to him when he hasn't done anything?
Drew Brees is already sold, and I'm sold also, and I'm sold on passing the torch because as much pressure as that heaps on those broad shoulders of Zion Williamson, he can handle it. Did you watch him handle draft night? Was he not completely comfortable with all the attention?
Yes.
I'm in. I'm all in.
Hold on.
He's going to change the fate of
so
Pelicans basketball. Somebody to my right is shaking her head because she knows what's about to happen. Thank you very much.
I hope he does. But Skip, I mean, how do you mess up draft night? You think the people that helped you get there, your mom, your dad, there was coaches, there's someone along the way. It's hard for you to mess that up. He did an unbelievable job. He's extremely proud for his mom and what she was able to do for him because he said she sacrificed some of the things that she wanted to do to make sure his brother, I think he has a brother or a sister, that could have the best of everything. So it's really hard to mess that up. I'm not trying to minimize what he said because I thought the speech was very heartfelt. It was very touching. But that ain't got nothing to do with passing the torch. That has nothing to do with that. You see these young sprinters come along. You see that. Usain Bolt. He took the torch from someone. He passed it along. But that's after you win the gold medal. You win the world championship. You just can't get drafted and get it passed on.
Interesting. But I'm here to tell you, maybe you could speak to this, but to me, Zion's personality is already stronger than AD's was off the court.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And another bonus, they share a training facility.
Yeah.
They share a cafeteria.
Oh, that's
so,
true. Yeah.
you know,
The
Zion's going to be
teams.
having lunch with the Saints players, including Drew Brees, and getting to soak up some of that leadership and that type of thing. So it's going to bode very well for the Pelicans. New Orleans fans are on fire for this next season. All right.